Unlock the flow of abundance. Ancient wisdom revealed. Introduction. Awakening the abundance within. In the vast corridors of the hidden temple of knowledge, there lies a deep understanding of abundance that transcends mere material wealth. True abundance is a rich, balanced state of fulfillment where the soul aligns with the natural flow of prosperity, both within and without. As we embark on this journey together, let us open ourselves to the ancient wisdom that abundance is not a luxury reserved for the few, but a divine state available to all who align with its principles. This book serves as a guide to unlocking that flow, revealing the profound connection between spiritual and material riches and showing how, when balanced, they enhance every aspect of life. Abundance is often misunderstood as a finite resource, something to be pursued, chased, or hoarded. However, the sages of old understood that abundance flows from a source far beyond individual desire, a universal wellspring of prosperity that moves through all of creation. Much like water that fills a riverbed, abundance follows the natural contours of openness and receptivity, flowing freely where it meets no resistance. The journey of embracing abundance, then, is not one of acquiring more but of removing the internal barriers that block its flow. Through this lens, we learn that our role is not to force abundance, but to align with it, cultivating a mindset that allows prosperity to enter our lives effortlessly. In these pages, you will find the wisdom of esoteric traditions, teachings from the Rosicrucian, Hermetic, and Gnostic schools that regard wealth as a state of energetic harmony, rather than a mere accumulation of possessions. These teachings reveal that wealth in its truest form is multifaceted, encompassing not only the physical resources we need but also the spiritual, emotional, and mental states that bring lasting fulfillment. By learning to harmonize our inner world with the laws of abundance, we create an outer reality that reflects richness on every level, transforming scarcity into a state of plenty. This journey will guide you to recognize and release the limiting beliefs that cloud your path to prosperity. Each chapter will offer insights drawn from ancient sources, reminding you that abundance is your birthright and encouraging you to replace thoughts of scarcity with a deep sense of worthiness and receptivity. You are invited to see yourself as an integral part of a universal dance of energy, where giving and receiving, gratitude and patience, all come together to create a life of boundless wealth and joy. So, as you turn each page, prepare to enter a sacred space of learning, a hidden sanctuary of understanding that reconnects you with the energy of prosperity that flows through the cosmos. Allow these words to awaken the abundance within, letting them stir a sense of openness, trust, and confidence in the endless possibilities that lie ahead. Abundance is not only something we attract, it is a state we embody, a natural rhythm we remember as we return to our true, prosperous selves. Before we dive into this transformative audiobook, hit like and subscribe if you're ready to learn something truly powerful. Your support helps bring more audiobooks like this to the channel. Thanks for being with us. Chapter 1. The Energy of Abundance and the Universal Law of Flow. Abundance is, at its essence, an energy, a dynamic current that moves through all aspects of life, weaving together the seen and the unseen, the material and the spiritual. This energy does not exist in a fixed form, nor does it favor any particular person or place. It flows naturally where it is welcomed, unrestricted, and free from resistance. The ancient sages understood that to experience prosperity, one must first align with this energy, cultivating a state of openness that allows abundance to flow effortlessly. Just as a river courses freely through an unobstructed channel, so too does the energy of abundance flow where it is allowed to move without interruption. The Hermetic principle of correspondence teaches us that, as within, so without, that our inner state is reflected in our external reality. This principle reveals that abundance in the outer world is a mirror of the richness we cultivate within. If we harbor thoughts of scarcity, doubt, or fear, these act as energetic dams, blocking the flow of prosperity in our lives. On the other hand, when we cultivate thoughts of generosity, gratitude, and trust, we create an internal landscape that mirrors abundance, drawing prosperity to us effortlessly. The state of our mind, our beliefs, and our emotions form the vessel through which abundance flows, and by shifting these, we invite wealth into our lives. Imagine abundance as a golden river, flowing through the universe, touching everything in its path. This river has no beginning or end. It is an endless current, an eternal source of prosperity that remains constant, no matter how much is drawn from it. When we align ourselves with this flow, we become conduits of abundance, allowing it to fill and enrich our lives. The Rosicrucians spoke of this as the hidden stream that nourishes all who seek it, a mystical source that does not deplete but multiplies as it is shared and embraced. The wisdom here is clear. Abundance is never something to be grasped or hoarded. It is to be experienced as a flowing energy that thrives on movement, exchange, and openness. To attune ourselves to the flow of abundance, we must first examine where we may be blocking it. Fear, doubt, and a sense of unworthiness act as energetic barriers, shrinking our receptivity and confining the flow of prosperity. When we hold tightly to these feelings, they solidify, forming a rigid structure that the energy of abundance cannot easily penetrate. However, by softening these barriers, by choosing thoughts of trust, worthiness, and acceptance, we become open vessels through which prosperity can flow. This openness does not demand perfection or constant positivity. It simply requires a willingness to let go of resistance, to allow the river of abundance to flow unimpeded. As you reflect on the energy of abundance, consider an area in your life where you desire greater prosperity. Ask yourself, what beliefs, emotions, or thoughts might be restricting this flow? What would it feel like to release these barriers, to invite abundance with a sense of ease and trust? Imagine yourself as a channel, unobstructed and open, allowing the current of wealth to move through you naturally, nourishing every aspect of your life. With each moment of receptivity, you affirm your place in the universal flow of prosperity, stepping into a life where abundance is not pursued, but welcomed. Chapter 2. Recognizing Worthiness, the Foundation of Prosperity. True abundance begins with a recognition of worthiness, an inner knowing that each of us is naturally entitled to the riches of life. This worthiness is not earned through deeds or accomplishments. It is an inherent quality, a birthright woven into the very fabric of our being. The ancient sages taught that each soul carries within it a divine spark, a piece of the universal mind that is inherently worthy of experiencing all forms of prosperity. When we align with this inner light, we access an infinite well of abundance that is not conditional or limited, but ever present, waiting to be received. Worthiness is not something we must seek, it is something we must remember. Gnostic teachings speak of the divine spark within each person as a reminder of our intrinsic value. This spark is a fragment of the infinite, a part of the universal consciousness that is both sacred and deserving. However, over time, we often forget this truth, allowing layers of self-doubt, societal conditioning, and limiting beliefs to obscure our sense of worthiness. These layers act like veils, separating us from the flow of abundance that is our natural state. When we fail to recognize our worth, we unconsciously push prosperity away, believing, at some level, that it belongs to others but not to us. The journey to abundance, then, is also a journey back to self-acceptance, a process of peeling away these veils to reveal the inherent worth that has always been there. To attract abundance, we must embody the energy of someone who believes in their own worth. Imagine worthiness as a magnetic field, an invisible force that draws prosperity toward those who radiate self-acceptance and self-respect. When we cultivate a sense of worthiness, we create a magnetic aura around us, one that invites opportunities, resources, and support in ways that feel almost effortless. This is not arrogance or entitlement. It is a quiet, steady assurance that we are deserving of the good that comes our way. This belief in our own value, grounded in humility and inner peace, creates a fertile space for abundance to grow, like a well-tended garden that invites life to flourish within it. Consider the times you have turned away from abundance because you felt undeserving. Perhaps you declined an opportunity, doubted a compliment, or felt uncomfortable receiving help. These moments are gentle reminders of the work we must do to strengthen our sense of worthiness. Every time we accept less than we deserve, we reinforce a pattern that keeps abundance at bay. But each time we affirm our worth, we break down the barriers that limit prosperity's flow. Just as a river cannot flow where the banks are closed, abundance cannot thrive in a heart that does not feel worthy of its presence. Recognizing our worthiness is like opening these banks, allowing the river of abundance to move freely through our lives. As you reflect on the foundation of worthiness, take a moment to affirm the light within you. Imagine that this inner light is expanding, radiating outward, attracting all that you need for your journey. Feel the quiet confidence that arises when you know, without a doubt, that you are worthy of prosperity in all its forms. Recognize that abundance is not something you must prove yourself worthy of. It is something that flows to you as you embrace your natural, intrinsic value. Embrace this truth, and let it guide you forward, opening your heart and mind to receive all the gifts that life wishes to offer. Chapter 3. Overcoming Scarcity Thinking and Cultivating Wealth Consciousness. The mind is a powerful architect of reality, shaping the landscape of our lives through the beliefs we hold and the thoughts we entertain. In the realm of abundance, few forces are as influential as our mindset, whether it is anchored in scarcity or in wealth consciousness. Scarcity thinking, born of fear and limitation, tells us that resources are finite, that we must compete, struggle, or compromise to attain even a portion of what we desire. It whispers that we are separate from prosperity, that there is never enough, and that abundance belongs to others but not to us. This mindset creates a closed loop, a self-fulfilling prophecy that limits our experience of wealth and keeps true abundance just beyond our reach. The Hermetic principle of mentalism, which holds that all is mind, teaches us that our thoughts are the seeds from which our reality grows. This principle reveals that the outer world is a reflection of the inner world, that what we cultivate within inevitably shapes what we see around us. When we embrace scarcity thinking, we unknowingly plant seeds of lack, and life mirrors back our belief in limitation, presenting obstacles where we long for ease, withholding resources where we seek abundance. But when we shift to wealth consciousness, we begin to plant seeds of possibility, openness, and trust. The world then responds, bringing opportunities, connections, and resources that align with this expanded mindset. Wealth consciousness is not a mere positive affirmation. It is a state of being that recognizes abundance as an intrinsic part of life. To cultivate this mindset, we must begin to see wealth not as something to be attained, but as something that flows naturally when we open ourselves to receive. Wealth consciousness reminds us that the universe operates in cycles of giving and receiving, that prosperity is a river in which all can partake, not a single well that dries up when it is shared. When we align with this perspective, we experience abundance as a dynamic force, one that expands through our openness, gratitude, and willingness to see beyond immediate appearances. Transforming scarcity thinking requires us to bring awareness to the beliefs that underpin it. Consider the subtle thoughts that arise when you think of wealth, perhaps beliefs that you must work harder to deserve it, or that material abundance is incompatible with spiritual depth. These beliefs form a filter, coloring the way we perceive money, resources, and success. By gently questioning these thoughts and replacing them with affirmations of abundance, we begin to shift our internal narrative. Wealth consciousness arises not from denying reality but from choosing to see prosperity as something ever-present, something that exists beyond the limitations imposed by fear or doubt. As you reflect on wealth consciousness, consider how shifting from scarcity to abundance could transform your life. Imagine viewing the world through a lens of plenty, seeing each interaction, each experience, as part of a generous flow that brings exactly what you need when you need it. By cultivating this state of mind, you create a resonance with the energy of prosperity, opening yourself to a life where abundance is not pursued but allowed, where wealth is not a goal but a natural expression of your inner state. Embrace this vision and let it guide you forward, planting seeds of abundance in every thought, knowing that as you shift your mind, the world shifts with you. Chapter 4. The Law of Giving and Receiving, Creating Abundance Through Generosity. The universe, in its boundless wisdom, thrives on balance, and nowhere is this balance more evident than in the law of giving and receiving. This universal principle teaches us that abundance flows in cycles, moving freely where generosity and receptivity exist in harmony. To give is to set the flow of prosperity in motion, to release a part of ourselves into the world with faith that it will return, multiplied. To receive is to welcome the fruits of this flow, honoring both our worthiness and the gifts that life offers. Together, giving and receiving form a continuous dance, each nourishing the other, each sustaining the endless river of abundance. In the ancient Rosicrucian teachings, the act of giving is seen as a sacred offering, an outward expression of inner richness. These teachings tell us that when we give without expectation, we transform our energy, expanding our own capacity to receive. True giving arises not from obligation or duty, but from a deep well of gratitude, a recognition that abundance is endless and that we, as conduits of this abundance, are called to share it freely. This form of giving is not merely transactional. It is transformative, creating a space of openness within us that invites abundance to flow back in unexpected ways, sometimes from sources we never anticipated. Receiving, on the other hand, is an equally sacred act, one that often requires courage and self-acceptance. In a world that values self-sufficiency, many of us struggle to receive fully, feeling hesitant or even unworthy of the gifts and kindness that come our way. But to receive graciously is to honor the cycle of abundance, to acknowledge that we are worthy participants in life's flow. When we receive, we validate the efforts of those who give, creating a cycle of mutual appreciation and respect. Each time we open ourselves to receive, we affirm our connection to the universal flow of prosperity, allowing the gifts of abundance to expand within us and radiate outward. The balance of giving and receiving is delicate, requiring an attunement to our own energy and intentions. If we give without allowing ourselves to receive, we eventually deplete our resources, both materially and spiritually, creating an imbalance that can lead to resentment, fatigue, and a sense of lack. Conversely, if we receive without giving, we block the flow of abundance, holding onto resources in a way that stifles prosperity's natural movement. By embracing both aspects of this cycle, we align ourselves with the rhythm of the universe, creating a life where wealth is not only accumulated but circulated, nourishing ourselves and those around us. As you reflect on the law of giving and receiving, consider the ways in which you can invite more balance into your life. Imagine yourself as part of this universal flow, giving freely from a place of abundance and receiving openly from a place of worthiness. Where in your life can you give without expectation, offering your time, resources, or energy with an open heart? And where can you allow yourself to receive fully, without guilt or hesitation, honoring the gifts that come to you as reflections of your own value? In this dance of giving and receiving, you become a vessel for abundance, embodying the truth that prosperity is most alive when it flows unceasingly through us. Chapter 5. Aligning with the Spirit of Wealth, Symbols and Rituals for Prosperity. In the mystical traditions, symbols and rituals serve as bridges between the seen and unseen, anchoring abstract energies into our physical lives. Wealth, like all forms of energy, can be enhanced and directed through the use of symbols, images, or objects that hold the essence of abundance. Symbols and rituals remind us of our connection to prosperity, grounding our intentions and aligning us with the energies that foster abundance. They create a sacred space where our consciousness and the spirit of wealth converge, guiding us to embody the mindset and presence that attract prosperity. Throughout history, symbols of abundance have been revered for their ability to attract wealth and prosperity. The Rosicrucian rose cross, for example, represents the unity of the material and spiritual, a flowering of riches born from the fertile soil of inner growth. In Hermetic teachings, the pentagram is seen as a powerful emblem of harmony and protection, a geometric alignment that fosters balance and draws in positive energies. Each of these symbols serves as a reminder that true wealth is not only material. It is a balanced blend of inner fulfillment and outer prosperity. When we engage with these symbols, we anchor our intentions in a visual language that speaks directly to the subconscious mind, aligning our inner world with the outer reality of wealth. Rituals, like symbols, bring focus and intentionality to our lives, transforming routine actions into meaningful expressions of our desires. In the practice of aligning with prosperity, simple rituals can be woven into daily life, reinforcing our commitment to abundance. Lighting a candle while visualizing wealth flowing into your life, placing a small token like a coin or crystal on your altar as a symbol of abundance, or repeating affirmations that affirm your worthiness and openness to receive. All these actions set intentions into motion, grounding them in the tangible realm. Rituals create an energetic pathway through which our goals can manifest, turning abstract desires into concrete, directed forces. Consider creating a personal symbol of abundance, an image or object that resonates deeply with your vision of prosperity. This symbol could be something traditional, like a rose or a pentagram, or something uniquely meaningful to you, perhaps a personal artifact that represents richness and fulfillment. Place this symbol where you can see it often, allowing it to remind you of the wealth that flows both within and around you. Each time you encounter this symbol, pause for a moment to reconnect with the energy of abundance, feeling the quiet assurance that you are in harmony with the forces of prosperity. As you incorporate symbols and rituals into your life, allow them to be expressions of joy, reverence, and openness. Approach each ritual with a sense of gratitude, knowing that you are participating in the ancient dance of creation, calling forth abundance from the universal source. With each symbol, with each act of intention, you strengthen your connection to the spirit of wealth, building a bridge between your inner desires and the outer manifestations of prosperity. In this alignment, you become both the seeker and the receiver, the creator and the vessel of a life rich with purpose, joy, and abundance. Chapter 6. Clearing Limiting Beliefs, the Alchemy of Transformation. True wealth cannot flow freely into a mind clouded by limiting beliefs. These beliefs, like shadows in the depths of our consciousness, obscure the natural path of abundance. Limiting beliefs about prosperity are often inherited, passed down through generations, or absorbed from societal conditioning. They may whisper that wealth is scarce, that it must be hard-won, or that it belongs only to a select few. These beliefs are not merely mental constructs, they are energetic imprints that shape how we perceive and experience abundance. To embrace a life of true wealth, we must undergo an inner alchemy, transmuting these limitations into empowering truths. In the esoteric traditions, alchemy is not solely the transformation of base metals into gold, but the art of refining the spirit, of purifying the soul until it shines with clarity and purpose. The Rosicrucians and Hermeticists understood that our inner state directly affects our external reality, that the beliefs we hold are like magnetic fields attracting experiences that resonate with their frequency. To hold on to scarcity beliefs is to attract a world that reflects lack, while embracing beliefs of abundance aligns us with the natural flow of prosperity. This inner transformation is the alchemy of the soul, a process that involves facing, acknowledging, and releasing the beliefs that no longer serve our journey. To begin this process, we must first become aware of the specific beliefs that shape our relationship with wealth. This requires gentle introspection, a willingness to look within and uncover the stories we have accepted about money, success, and our own deservingness. Ask yourself, what beliefs have I carried about abundance? Do I believe that wealth is difficult to attain, that it requires constant sacrifice, or that it somehow conflicts with a spiritual life? By bringing these beliefs into the light, we begin to dissolve their power over us, making room for new, expansive perspectives that welcome abundance rather than repel it. The act of releasing limiting beliefs is like cleansing a vessel, preparing it to hold a more refined essence. In the Rosicrucian tradition, this release is known as an act of inner alchemy, where each limiting thought is transformed into a statement of empowerment. For example, a belief such as, "I must work tirelessly to deserve wealth," can be transmuted into, "I am worthy of prosperity that flows naturally and joyfully." Through this practice of mental and spiritual transmutation, we begin to reprogram our consciousness, creating a fertile ground where abundance can take root. Each belief we transform is like removing a stone from a riverbed, allowing the current of prosperity to flow freely once more. As you reflect on the alchemy of transformation, consider one limiting belief you wish to release. Visualize this belief as an old, worn-out garment, something that no longer fits you and that you are ready to set aside. Imagine replacing it with a new belief that radiates abundance, a belief that aligns with the prosperous life you are creating. Feel the freedom of letting go, the lightness that arises as you clear space within for the richness of life to fill. With each transformed thought, you are crafting a new reality, one where abundance flows unimpeded, guided by the clarity of your inner vision and the openness of your spirit. Chapter 7. Visualizing Prosperity, Creating Thought Forms for Wealth. The art of visualization is a powerful tool in the ancient teachings, one that allows us to mold energy, set intentions, and bring abstract desires into tangible reality. In the Hermetic tradition, thought forms are seen as energetic seeds, mental constructs imbued with intention and purpose that, when cultivated with focus and clarity, manifest in the physical realm. By visualizing prosperity, we are not merely imagining wealth. We are creating a thought form, a vibrational pattern that attracts experiences, opportunities, and resources aligned with abundance. Visualization is the act of shaping these energies, guiding them to materialize in ways that uplift, enrich, and empower our lives. To create a thought form of prosperity, we must first cultivate a vivid mental image of what abundance looks and feels like for us. This is not limited to physical wealth. It encompasses all the qualities that bring us a sense of richness and fulfillment. Imagine the essence of prosperity as an all-encompassing experience, a life where your needs are met with ease, where opportunities flow, and where you feel a deep sense of security, joy, and freedom. As you craft this vision in your mind's eye, allow it to become as real as possible, engaging all your senses and embodying the feeling of already living in a state of abundance. The more clarity and emotion you bring to this vision, the stronger the thought form becomes. The Hermetic teachings remind us that visualization, when sustained with focus and belief, acts as a magnet, drawing towards us experiences that align with our desires. Each thought, each image we create, sends out ripples into the universe, which then respond by orchestrating circumstances to bring our vision into form. This is the mystical principle of mental causation, where thought shapes reality. When we visualize prosperity, we are effectively planting a seed within the fertile soil of the universal mind, entrusting it to grow and blossom in its own time. Like a gardener tending to young plants, we nurture our thought forms by revisiting our vision, strengthening it with belief, and allowing it to expand without attachment to how or when it will manifest. It is important, however, to approach visualization with an attitude of openness and trust. Just as a gardener cannot force a plant to grow faster, we must allow our thought forms the freedom to unfold naturally. Impatience or doubt only disrupts the process, creating resistance and weakening the clarity of our vision. By focusing on the feeling of abundance rather than fixating on specific outcomes, we allow the universe to orchestrate the manifestation of prosperity in ways that may exceed our initial expectations. Thought forms are most powerful when they are born of genuine desire and trust, when they are crafted with the confidence that the universe is responsive and that abundance is our natural state. As you engage in the practice of visualizing prosperity, think of this process as a sacred ritual, an act of creation that connects your inner world with the boundless potential of the cosmos. Let each visualization be an affirmation of your worthiness and openness to receive. Picture your life filled with ease, security, and joy, and feel the gratitude as though your vision is already a reality. Each time you do this, you are strengthening your connection to the energy of abundance, reinforcing the thought form you have created, and drawing prosperity into your life in ways that are uniquely aligned with your highest good. Reflect on the power of your imagination and its role in shaping your experience of wealth. Allow yourself to become fully immersed in your vision, knowing that every thought, every image, is a step toward manifesting a life of richness and fulfillment. In this sacred act of visualization, you are both the artist and the creation, painting your life with the vibrant colors of abundance and possibility. Trust that what you envision with clarity and faith will find its way to you, drawn by the magnetic power of your own intention. Chapter 8. Embracing Gratitude as an Abundance Amplifier. Gratitude is the heartbeat of abundance, a powerful force that opens the mind and spirit to receive. When we embrace gratitude, we align ourselves with the frequency of wealth, acknowledging and appreciating the blessings already present in our lives. In the mystical teachings, gratitude is not simply a polite gesture or a fleeting sentiment. It is a sacred practice, a form of alchemical transformation that turns what we have into enough, and what we desire into reality. By cultivating gratitude, we deepen our connection to the flow of abundance, creating an energetic field that attracts even more prosperity and fulfillment. In the Gnostic tradition, gratitude is seen as a form of communion with the divine, a recognition of the cosmic intelligence that orchestrates life's unfolding. Each moment of gratitude is a conscious act of partnership with the universe, an affirmation of trust in its wisdom and generosity. When we are grateful, we acknowledge the source of all things, moving beyond the limitations of ego and aligning with the boundless flow of creation. This alignment shifts our perspective from one of lack to one of plenty, helping us to see that we are part of an abundant universe where resources, opportunities, and blessings are limitless. In this state, gratitude becomes a doorway through which wealth, in all its forms, flows freely. Gratitude amplifies abundance by enhancing our receptivity. When we focus on what we have, rather than what we lack, we open ourselves to greater joy and satisfaction. This shift in focus is a subtle but profound alchemy, transforming our awareness and inviting more of what we appreciate into our lives. By nurturing gratitude, we create a fertile ground where abundance can take root and flourish. Each act of gratitude is like watering this garden, nourishing it with the energy of appreciation, allowing it to grow in beauty and richness. The more we express gratitude, the more we draw prosperity into our lives, as the universe mirrors back our attitude of appreciation with even greater blessings. Gratitude also serves as a powerful antidote to scarcity thinking. When we dwell on what we lack, we constrict the flow of abundance, reinforcing the belief that there is not enough. But when we shift our focus to what we already possess, we break free from the limitations of scarcity and open ourselves to a world of possibilities. This shift is not about ignoring challenges or pretending that life is perfect. It is about choosing to honor what is present, finding the beauty in simplicity, and recognizing that every moment contains gifts, no matter how small. In this way, gratitude transforms our relationship with wealth, allowing us to see prosperity as a state of mind, a perspective that enriches every facet of life. As you embrace gratitude, let it become a daily practice, a quiet moment of reflection that reconnects you with the abundance around and within you. Begin each day by acknowledging the blessings that fill your life, the warmth of sunlight, the kindness of a friend, the opportunities that lie before you. Let each expression of thanks serve as an affirmation that you are in harmony with the flow of prosperity, that you are worthy of receiving all that life has to offer. With every act of gratitude, you strengthen your connection to abundance, inviting wealth and fulfillment into your life with an open heart and a spirit of appreciation. Reflect on the gifts you have already received, and imagine them multiplying with each expression of thanks. Feel the joy of this expanding richness, knowing that gratitude is the key that unlocks the infinite reservoir of abundance. In the sacred act of gratitude, you align yourself with the universe's flow, becoming a vessel through which prosperity can move freely, filling your life with wealth, joy, and purpose. Chapter 9. Trusting the Divine Timing of Wealth. In the dance of abundance, timing is everything. Just as the cycles of nature unfold with perfect rhythm, the flow of wealth follows its own divine timing, arriving precisely when we are ready to receive and appreciate it. Trusting in this timing requires faith in the unseen, and understanding that our desires are aligned with a larger, universal intelligence that operates beyond the bounds of human impatience. When we trust in divine timing, we let go of the need to control outcomes, allowing prosperity to enter our lives in ways that are deeply aligned with our highest good. The Hermetic teachings emphasize that the universe is governed by cycles and rhythms, an eternal ebb and flow that underlies all creation. This principle, known as the law of rhythm, reminds us that everything has its season, its own natural unfolding. In the context of wealth, this means that prosperity will manifest in our lives at the moment we are best prepared to receive and make the most of it. Often, delays are not denials but preparations, moments when the universe is aligning people, circumstances, and opportunities in ways that will bring forth the most fulfilling outcome. When we understand this, we no longer rush or resist. We move in harmony with the cosmic rhythm, embracing each moment as it comes. Impatience, however, is a common obstacle in our journey toward abundance. Driven by a desire for immediate results, we may try to force outcomes, believing that wealth must arrive on our terms and in our time frame. This impatience, born of scarcity thinking, actually pushes prosperity further away, creating tension and resistance that block the natural flow. Divine timing asks us to surrender this impulse, to recognize that wealth is not something to be forced or grasped but something to be allowed. By releasing control and embracing patience, we open ourselves to a more expansive perspective, one that trusts in the wisdom of the universe and the abundant opportunities it continuously offers. Trusting in divine timing also means trusting in our own growth. Often, the universe withholds certain forms of prosperity until we have developed the inner qualities needed to sustain and appreciate them fully. Abundance is not merely about material wealth. It is about cultivating a mindset and spirit capable of honoring and nurturing that wealth once it arrives. Divine timing ensures that we receive what we desire when we are ready, prepared to handle the responsibilities and blessings that come with it. This readiness is an inner state, a harmony of mind, body, and spirit that attracts prosperity in ways that feel effortless and aligned. As you reflect on the concept of divine timing, consider where in your life you may be holding on too tightly, trying to control the flow of wealth or forcing outcomes. Imagine releasing this need for control, surrendering to a higher rhythm, one that flows with wisdom and grace. Trust that your desires are being fulfilled in perfect alignment with your journey, that each moment of waiting is a part of the process, refining your readiness to receive. Embrace the present with patience and openness, knowing that prosperity is on its way, arriving exactly when it is meant to, carrying with it the gifts of abundance, fulfillment, and peace. Chapter 10. The Ultimate Source of Abundance, Connecting to the Universal Mind. Abundance flows from a source that is infinite and unbounded, a wellspring that transcends the limitations of material form and exists in the realm of pure potential. This source is known in Hermetic philosophy as the universal mind, the divine intelligence that permeates all of creation, binding every particle, every thought, and every possibility into a vast interconnected whole. To connect with this source is to align oneself with the limitless possibilities of existence, to tap into a reservoir of wealth that knows no lack. By understanding and attuning to the universal mind, we become conduits for boundless prosperity, drawing upon a cosmic wellspring that is always present, always flowing. The universal mind is not an abstract concept but a living reality, the origin of all that exists. Hermetic teachings describe it as the primal consciousness from which everything emerges and into which everything returns. This mind, eternal and ever generative, is like an ocean of potential, constantly creating, expanding, and giving birth to new expressions of itself. When we tune our awareness to this vast intelligence, we begin to experience life as a dance of creation, a partnership where our desires, aligned with the universal mind, are brought into being with ease and grace. Wealth, seen through this lens, is not something to be chased or captured but a natural consequence of our connection to this source. To draw upon the universal mind is to recognize ourselves as participants in a divine play of creation. Our thoughts, intentions, and beliefs shape the energy of this infinite consciousness, directing it toward the outcomes we seek. Every thought of abundance, every intention to prosper, acts like a ripple in this cosmic ocean, setting in motion events and connections that align with our desires. This is the mystical principle of correspondence, which reminds us that the outer world is a reflection of the inner. By cultivating a mindset of abundance, rooted in our connection to the universal mind, we become powerful co-creators, inviting wealth to flow naturally and harmoniously into our lives. Connecting with this source requires a quieting of the mind and an opening of the heart, a willingness to trust in the unseen and to release the fears and limitations that keep us bound to scarcity. Meditation, contemplation, and mindful awareness are ways to deepen this connection, allowing us to listen to the subtle guidance of the universal mind and align our actions with its wisdom. In these moments of stillness, we feel the vastness of our true nature, sensing that we are not isolated beings but expressions of a greater whole. The sense of separation fades, and we recognize ourselves as both creators and creations within the boundless flow of life. As you meditate on the universal mind, imagine yourself as part of this limitless field of abundance, where every desire, every need is met with ease. Visualize yourself drawing upon this source, feeling its energy flowing through you, filling every aspect of your life with prosperity, purpose, and peace. Trust that as you align with this universal intelligence, you are supported by a power that transcends all limits, a force that guides you toward a life of richness, fulfillment, and joy. Embrace this connection with the universal mind as a source of true wealth, a divine partnership that allows you to manifest abundance with clarity, confidence, and gratitude. As we near the conclusion, if you've been enjoying the audiobook, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Drop a comment below and share your biggest takeaway. Chapter 11. Living as an abundant being, aligning daily actions with prosperity. To truly embrace abundance, we must go beyond thought and intention, grounding our beliefs in our actions and allowing every choice, every step, to reflect a mindset of wealth. Living as an abundant being means embodying the energy of prosperity in all aspects of life, aligning our daily actions with a consciousness of sufficiency, gratitude, and generosity. When we make choices from a place of trust in the natural flow of abundance, we create a life that mirrors this trust, a life where wealth is not merely accumulated but experienced as a natural and joyful state of being. The Rosicrucians taught the concept of acting as if, a practice that involves aligning our actions with the reality we wish to create. To act as if we are already abundant is not to pretend or to deceive. It is to cultivate a mindset and way of being that naturally attracts prosperity. This means treating ourselves and others with respect, handling our resources with care, and making choices that reflect a belief in abundance. When we embody this state, our outer reality begins to shift, aligning with the energy we carry within. This is the power of embodiment. It transforms intention into reality, making the unseen visible through our actions. One way to live as an abundant being is to approach each day with gratitude for what we already possess. Gratitude, as we have explored, is a powerful amplifier of abundance, and by incorporating it into our daily actions, we become more attuned to the wealth surrounding us. Imagine beginning each day by acknowledging the blessings in your life, taking a few moments to appreciate the resources, relationships, and opportunities that enrich you. This simple act shifts your focus from lack to plenty, allowing you to move through the day with a mindset that attracts even greater prosperity. Every action taken from this place of gratitude reinforces the vibration of abundance, creating a cycle of positive energy that returns to you multiplied. Living as an abundant being also means being mindful of how we interact with money, resources, and the material world. When we handle our finances, for instance, we can choose to do so with care and respect, recognizing that each transaction, each investment, is an expression of our relationship with wealth. By consciously nurturing a sense of stewardship over our resources, we create a foundation of stability and trust, allowing abundance to flow through us in ways that are both wise and sustainable. This attitude extends to all areas of life, from how we care for our belongings to how we share our time and talents with others. In each act, we affirm our alignment with prosperity. As you reflect on what it means to live as an abundant being, consider the small actions you can take each day to reinforce this mindset. What choices could you make that reflect your belief in a generous universe? How might you interact with others, with your work, and with yourself in ways that embody abundance? Visualize yourself moving through life with a calm, confident sense of wealth, knowing that your actions, grounded in trust and gratitude, are drawing prosperity into every corner of your existence. Each choice, no matter how small, becomes a step in your journey of abundance, a journey that unfolds naturally as you align with the universal flow of prosperity. Final chapter: Integrating the flow of abundance. As we bring this journey to a close, we arrive at the final step: integrating the flow of abundance into every level of your being. This integration is a process of deep alignment, where the teachings, insights, and beliefs we have explored come together to form a cohesive, powerful mindset. It is a shift from merely thinking about abundance to embodying it fully, allowing prosperity to flow naturally and effortlessly. Through this chapter, you are invited to participate in a visualization exercise, a sacred mental journey that grounds all you have learned, opening you to a life lived in harmony with the universal flow of wealth. Find a quiet, comfortable space where you can sit or lie down without distraction. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, allowing yourself to relax and settle into this moment. With each breath, feel yourself becoming more present, letting go of any lingering tension or resistance. Allow your mind to become still, your heart open, as you prepare to connect deeply with the energy of abundance that surrounds and flows through you. In your mind's eye, begin to visualize yourself standing in a beautiful, boundless field of golden light. This light represents the energy of abundance, a radiant field that stretches endlessly in all directions, connecting every living being, every opportunity, every resource. As you stand here, you realize that this field of abundance is not separate from you. It is part of you, a vibrant extension of your own energy. Feel the warmth of this light, its gentle strength, and let it fill you with a profound sense of peace and belonging. As you breathe, imagine this golden light flowing into your body, moving gently through every cell, every corner of your being. With each inhale, you draw in the energy of abundance, feeling it expand within you. With each exhale, release any remaining doubts, fears, or limiting beliefs, allowing them to dissolve into the light. You are creating space within yourself for prosperity to take root, transforming any lingering scarcity into a foundation of trust, worthiness, and openness. Feel yourself growing lighter, more receptive, more attuned to the flow of wealth that is all around you. Now, visualize yourself moving freely within this field of abundance, as though you are swimming or floating effortlessly in its golden glow. Here, there is no lack, no struggle, only a boundless flow of resources, love, and fulfillment that is continuously replenished. Imagine reaching out your hands, feeling the energy of abundance moving through your fingertips, filling you with the knowing that there is always enough, that prosperity is a natural part of who you are. Feel this truth settle into your heart, anchoring you in the certainty that abundance is your birthright, a gift that is always available to you. As you continue to immerse yourself in this experience, begin to see your life unfolding from this place of abundance. Picture yourself making choices, pursuing dreams, and connecting with others, all from a space of confidence and prosperity. See the relationships, opportunities, and experiences that align with your highest good coming into your life naturally, effortlessly. Feel the gratitude that arises as you witness this vision, as though it is already real. Know that by embracing this mindset, you are inviting these blessings into your reality, creating a life that reflects the richness of your inner world. When you are ready, slowly bring your awareness back to the present moment, carrying with you the energy of this visualization. Feel the golden light of abundance still within you, a wellspring you can return to at any time. As you open your eyes, take a moment to affirm your commitment to living in harmony with the flow of abundance, trusting that you are worthy, capable, and always connected to the limitless resources of the universe. This journey of abundance does not end here. It is a lifelong dance, a partnership with the universe that deepens and expands with each moment of trust, gratitude, and openness. Remember that you have the power to shape your reality, to align your thoughts, actions, and beliefs with the prosperity that is your birthright. With this final chapter, you step forward as an abundant being, ready to embrace a life of wealth, purpose, and joy, knowing that you are forever connected to the infinite flow of abundance.